Hello everyone, welcome back to Lindsay's Builds. So we're going to do part 5 of the Exocist Sisters of Battle Warhammer tank. So yeah, I'm going to put another coat on this part. That'll be its third coat, I think. I think the third coat should do it, hopefully. If not, I'll have to put a fourth one on it as a base coat. So we'll get right down to it. So there we go. So it's just like painstaking paint processing as it is. No, there it is. This part always does take a long time. So not expecting too many in, as it's unplanned, but there's always a watch back. I'll be here for about an hour as usual, just an hour or an hour and a half, we'll see. These tanks do look nice when they're finished. You just have to bear with me, chaps. This is one I picked up from Warhammer World. When I had a day there. There'll be a few unscheduled streams, single streams over the course of the weekend when I can get in around other people. So this is more or less the same as the immolator, but the top half of it is different. Bottom half is exactly the same, all based on a rhino. No point in chatting too much at the moment, but for those that's just watching, hello there. Maybe you'd like to pop into the chat, say hello. Be much appreciated. I like to hand paint my Warhammer builds. These Citadel paints are really good for it. Keep the paint nice and thin. Goes on really flat. Probably take a while for people to realise I'm here. Depends on YouTube. So the black I'm using is Abaddon black. I use it as a base coat, but the tank is actually black, but once it's been lacquered it makes a good paint. I've got one in, one on YouTube. Have to excuse my cough. I've got a bit of a cold. I think I've got the dreaded lurgy. Oh. least I got reach up. There. Hello, one viewer. For those just coming in, doing the Exocist, Sisters of Battle, Warhammer tank, based on a Rhino. I'll back in a minute. Hello, David Barkey. Nice to see you. And he says hello, folks. How you doing, David? All right? Yeah, I'm all right. I think I've got a bit of a cold, David. Change of weather, innit? Right, the dog's sitting here. Is it a good dog? Does it behave? I think everybody must be busy, David. I'll only go for an hour. Not unless people start coming in. It's an awkward time of the day, really, anyway. Especially for the UK. Still fog sitting. I've just read that bit. I think I remember you saying on the other stream that you was dog sitting. I think I did hear that. I was kind of like zoned out. think it's going to need 4 coats, I think. 4 thin coats. Be up to much later, David? Her mum's gone to a Macmillan tea party, so I was left with Dotty and a bag of donuts. Well, at least you got your donuts. Can't complain at that bag of donuts. Are they plain donuts or cream donuts or jam donuts? I will be home for your stream later. I won't be streaming later, David. David Market says, Tesco's jam donuts. That'll be Ron's stream, David, not mine. That's if he gets his internet sorted out. Because he's going on to full fibre today. That's why he wasn't in. Two people in now. Hello, second person. Ah, Joffrey's in. Hello there, Joffrey. Welcome in. It says hello, Lindsay and David. Scale Modelling Twins is also in and says hi, Lindsay and David. And Joffrey says, I'm sorry, I missed the earlier stream. I dozed off. No worries, mate. No worries at all. David Market says hello, Joffrey. David Market says hello, Twins. Joffrey says building tiny 37mm AA guns for my Bismarck now. The pieces are so small I worry I may lose some if I'm too careless. Mark's Hobbies says hi and all. Welcome in, Mark's Hobbies. Is that 1/350 scale, Joffrey, or 1/700? Joffrey says hi, Mark. Joffrey says 1/200. Oh. Mark's Hobbies says hi, Joffrey. David Market says hello, Mark. Well, 1/200 is not too bad. But then again, it depends on how your eyesight is, isn't it, as well? And how big your hands are. Are they photo etch or plastic? Mark's Hobbies says hi, David. Nice to see people coming in now. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Was getting a little bit lonely until David come in. Scale Model Twin says playing with an Edward 148 MiG 23 MF top wing attachment. Ooh. Wish you best of luck with that. Not really into wingy things. I'm not really a plane person. Used to build lots of planes at one time when I could see to build them in 1/72 scale. I think the worst ones I used to find to put together was the biplanes. Especially if you were doing one with 3 wings on it, all stacked on top of one another. Very painful experience, that is. Very much. I'd rather sit there and paint Warhammer. Mark's Hobbies says I am going in a bit as got to work. Okay, Mark's Hobbies, no problem, mate. Scale Modelling Twin says I love the biplanes as I like the challenge. They are a challenge as well. at any scale. I think the most one I actually ever enjoyed was the B25. Built a couple of Lancasters. Everybody's built Spitfires. I did a couple of Hurricanes, one European theatre and the other one desert theatre, Africa Corps kind of thing. Built a BFO 109. I've always wanted to build the ME262. I've never got around to building one of those. Built quite a few B-17s. A few biplanes. Never built a jet, so got one in the stash I started back in 2015. It's half done, just sits there in the box, and that's the Ventura, the Mark 1. It's PV something, I think it is. I don't really know a lot about planes, to be honest. I just know what looks like on the box. I recognise it and then, yeah, buy it and build it. But yeah, I'd say I'm not really into planes anymore. Mainly Airfix and Revel kits, you know what I mean. Those ones that you need to buy a tub of filler every time you buy one. I think that's what put me off building them, I think. Okay, so let's see what this chat's doing. Scott's Models in. Hello there, Scott. And he says, good day, everyone. Welcome in. Scale Modelling Twin says, Scott, we've got to stop meeting like this. Scale Modelling Twin says, PB1. Yes, the PB1. Joe Friss says, hi, Scott. Scott's Model says, nothing wrong with secrets, John. Wow. Yeah, because PV, the other one, the PV2, that was the British version, wasn't it? They're the ones the Brits used, I think. Not sure. I know there's two different types. There's not much difference in between them, but there is different variation, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was a Revel kit. it'll say like it's in the box, half built. Started spraying it as well. I just abandoned it, got fed up with it. Sometimes appears out the box and I look at it, and that's all I do, and it gets the lid put back on it. It's definitely what they call a shelf queen, pile of shame. I was enjoying it when I first started building it, but then I kind of lost interest in it, if you know what I mean. Get sidetracked on other builds, and then, you know, that's it, stuff gets put to one side. So I've got a stack of work in progress. It's unbelievable. Scale Modeling Twin says, yes, I am a plane nerd. Ew. Yeah, PV2, yeah, the Hudson, yeah. Following Ghost says, hi again, everyone. Scott's Model says, good day, Joe Free and David. Following Ghost says, planes are great. I harvest parts from them and all the time to build other stuff. Yeah, we know you do. I bet you make some plane guys cry. David Marcus says, hello, Ghost. Okay, so I've got to wait for that to dry. It's nice when you cut up kits, isn't it? I did one, I cut up one plane kit and used it on a kit bash. Used it on a Warhammer one I built. Kit bashed a Warhammer one. Part of it's a truck, part of it was from planes, and other parts from other Warhammer stuff. It didn't turn out too bad actually, different. Looks as though it could fly in real life, you know what I mean? 4-engine job, loads of weapons. I actually need to build this, make a stand for that and stick it in a dio. It just sits in the drawer, one of the work in progress drawers. Okay. David Market says, hello, Ghost. Following Ghost says, hi, David. Following Ghost says, oh, I've already read that. No, I haven't. Following Ghost says, I harvested at least 6 plane kits just the other day. Wow. Well, at least you're making use of them, innit? You know, if you're not going to build them, they should be built. You might as well harvest them, innit? Come in handy for something, don't they? I mean, the actual fuselage, wings and other parts are always good for kit bashing. I think I used some of the I used the wing parts out of it, and I think I used some of the fuselage too. Still got some bits left. They'll get used up on another kit bash. But I'll only chop up cheap second-hand kits. I won't chop up brand new kits. Especially if they've cost me quite a bit of money. Following Ghost says, exactly, I have lots of kits I would never build. Now I cut them off the sprue and sort them. Yeah, if you're not going to build them, why not make use out of them, innit? That's the other side of the modelling, thinking out of the box, they say. Sometimes you can buy like scrap kits off auction sites and parts that are missing and stuff like that. They're ideal as well. Get quite, big scrap lot. But you got to think what's usable out of them. It's no good just buying kits for willy-nilly, I think it was a Bolton that I chopped up, actually. Used part of its fuselage and wings and stuff. Always tank parts and that, they're always good for kit bashing. They are tank parts. Lots of little greeblies. Okay. Okie dokie. Rise and shine. Right. This is going to be a nightmare. Right. Following Ghost says, I've never found a vehicle or aircraft kit that had parts that couldn't be used. Yeah, well, I agree with you there, but sometimes you can get scrap kits that some parts are just not usable. either the wrong shape, or if you get a scrap lot of kits that somebody's half built, if you know what I mean, and painted. I tend not to use scrap kits that have been kind of like painted, if you know what I mean, because you've got that painstaking process of taking the kit apart, stripping the paint off. Nah, I'd rather buy a scrap kit that's not, that's still in its box, but got parts missing, you know what I mean. But I always look at the potential of it, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can build anything out of anything, really, but yeah. I mean, Warhammer stuff is brilliant for kit bashing. But I wouldn't specifically buy a Warhammer kit to use as a kit bash because they're so expensive. I always use what's left of a kit. They cost an arm and a leg. They really do. If you get what I mean. Sci-fi kits, I've got no qualms about cutting them up. Shh, quiet. David might be watching. Sprue. Sacrilege. You'd say sacrilege. We do it for time. Oh, right. Yes, it certainly is. It is too expensive. I've had to kind of like pull the belt in now because it's just costing me too much money. I've got enough to build, to build over the next couple of years. So. Watch what I'm painting over here. These are scrolls. Some of the colours I'm going to use is very light colours, so I don't want to be using black as a base for coat paint. I'd rather use the grey. Always looks a mess until you actually start picking all the detail out of it. Got 6 people in anyway. Thank you very much for coming in, guys. Much appreciated. It's going to be hard to paint all these piano keys in here. David Marcus says, I had 3 kits yesterday, 2 today, but wait until I get home and waiting for another 2 to come. Ooh, David's been on a big spending spree. Anything nice, David? It's just like Christmas, isn't it, Dave? Geoffrey says, I sometimes wish I had 3 hands. Yes. Yeah, I know that feeling. Following goes, says David, what is it like to be rich? Yes, what is it like to be rich? don't think I'd want to be rich, to be honest. I'd like to have some money so I could just like live comfortably, not worry about anything. That would do me. I wouldn't like to be mega rich. Nah, you wouldn't know what to do with it. Except blow it, which then can change your whole life. David Mark says, yes, yesterday was 2 Rustian tanks and JFK PT-109 torpedo boat. Ooh, nice. I built one of those PT-109. David Marcus says, I don't know Ghost. I don't have much money left. Ghost says, David, years ago I built a 4-foot PT boat for a man who served on it, and I took notes, did a lot of research, and happily he loved it. Nice. Didn't PT-109 get rammed, cut in half in the end? Ran by a Japanese destroyer, wasn't it? Yeah, just think the captain of that became the American president, didn't he? Old JFK. Russian tank. Following Ghost says, David, years ago, I've read that bit. Following Ghost says, sorry for the doubt. Following Ghost says, double stupid autocorrect. Geoffrey says, yes, rammed. David Markey says, yes, it's nice to enjoy a build for someone and they appreciate it. Yes, exactly. Yes. I used to do commission work, but I haven't done it for years now. first one commission build I ever did was the Revel double-decker bus. Man, that was a dog of a kit. Absolute dog. Never ever again. Following guy says, I love seeing how the crews on their boats the way they wanted them. This one had an 81mm mortar on the front deck just in case. Yes, yes, they did used to do that. It's like the German Schnell boats. They were armed to the teeth, weren't they? They were, and they were fast. Not sure whether the Schnell boat was more superior to the PT boats and the MTBs. Because I think all the Schnell boats, they were all metal hulls, weren't they? Asking a question here. Yes. Yeah. The PT boats, yeah, they were plywood. But I think the Schnell boats, I think they were all metal, weren't they? The German ones. I think they were a little bit heavier. Not sure whether we'll get all this first base coat on. Might not. before I end the stream. It doesn't matter because I should just carry on afterwards. Because there'll be other people on tonight. La, 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 la. Soon be Christmas, guys. Really will. David Markey says tomorrow I'll be going to a book sale, and if I like last time, I will pick a few dozen up. Nice. Friend of mine, he used to buy those Osprey books with all the technical data of them, of tanks and planes and everything else, all the history of it. God rest his soul, he passed away a couple of years ago. Five still in. Yeah, it's going to need 4 coats by the look of this. So we're going to still be a while putting base coat on this. On this bit, this will needs one more coat, and then that'll do the black on that. Need to keep it thin so I don't get brush marks in it. There's the man from Del Monte, he said yes. I'll have to end the stream soon anyway, because my daughter will be home from work and she'll want to cook dinner, and I would have to go. 5-10 minutes and then we'll have to call it. Okay. Scale Modelling Twins says bye all the best. Ta-da, Scale Modelling Twins, thank you for coming in anyway. Joffrey says bye twins. David Markey says Lady John. Apple said 10 minutes, but I just managed to get back. Power outage for tech cores in building. Yeah, I'm just going now, Apple. Then might you'll have to catch me on the next one, mate. Oh, excuse me. So we managed to get another coat on that. It'll need one more, and then that will be all the black done on this, and then I can start pulling all the detail out of it and everything else. That will need, I think that may be the last coat. No, this will need another one as well. and I've just started blacking all this out as well, except for the detail that's going to be light colours. So yeah, it's just painstaking. It looks a mess when it's like this, but yeah, but as you know, it all falls into place. So Apple says bye. Ta-da, mate, you take care. Yeah, you have to catch me on the next one, Apple. So we've made a little bit of progress. So there we go. So anyway, yeah, thank you very much for everyone coming in. Much appreciated, guys, really is. It's a big thank you. If you enjoyed the stream, I know I didn't chat a lot, but yeah, but if you did enjoy it, put your thumbs up, guys, be much appreciated. Even those in the background, if they're watching, if you've got some kind of device you can do it on, be much appreciated as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please take a look. If you like what you see, give it a subscription, push the notification bell. I don't just do Warhammer, I do quite a lot of stuff as well. So there is a wide selection in there. David Markey says thank you for a great stream. Geoffrey says take care, Lindsay. Yeah, you both take care. So yeah, so officially live, I should be back on Sunday for the Sunday afternoon ppm stream, UK time, 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. But I may try and drop single streams in. They can happen at any time. So yeah, so you just have to watch out for them. They don't always go up on a notice. Normally I just come straight in with them, so without a thing on YouTube. But they do eventually come up, you know, saying that I am live. So we'll say goodbye, guys. See you all soon. Take care. Stay safe. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye.